y'all team. So thank you guys so much for hopping on. I sometimes I do feel inadequate in full transparency because when you got leaders in your organization like Rachel and Mike and Nick and that gone Stephen Davies and Hutchison, I mean, like, dude, y'all are freaking stacked with leadership, man. So I'm just honored. And this is a disclaimer, okay? If I say anything that confuses you or pisses you off, delete it from your memory and do what your leaders are telling you to do, okay? So I got that out there. So in it, whatever happens from this point on, it's on like Donkey Kong. So let me just give you a little bit of background about myself. So actually Tia, I think, is listening in. She, that's my boss lady right there. So me and Tia, we have been married for 21 years. We're high school sweethearts, okay? We have 4 children, okay? We have 2 sophomores in high school. We have a freshman and we have a second grader. My 2 boys, they play football. They're right now, one is running indoor track, the other one is playing lacrosse, in addition to their training schedule on the weekends for football. My daughter, she's a cheerleader in high school. Okay. My second grader, boss baby, she about to start playing soccer. So we have a very, very busy life. Okay. So if you're on this call tonight and you're wondering and you're thinking to yourself, listen, my plate is full. Can I put anything else on it? I'm living proof that you can work this business into your life. It don't have to dominate your life, but let it complement your life. Now, a caveat to that is there are some things that we did have to cut out. So my background is in banking. Tia was a social worker, and we found out very early on that jobs wasn't going to get us free. Okay. So we started side hustling. We started a janitorial franchise, and then we joined a World Ventures Network marketing company, trying to find that thing that could get us free. And we never could find that thing. Back in 2015, Tia had left her job because the janitorial business was doing really well. So Tia had stepped out of her job, but I kept my job. So we moved down to Atlanta back in February 2015 to take what I thought was going to be my dream job. I was named CEO of a credit union. So we moved down there, 3 kids, Tia 7 months pregnant with number 4. We moved down there. Long story short, they rescinded a job offer after I moved down there. So I got on Craigslist and I saw an ad that said too many leads, not enough agents. And I responded to that ad and I spoke to Jason and Olga Mathis. They explained to me who the alliance was and what they did, and that I had to get a license. So I got my license fast. If you want to create momentum and you want big success fast, do not be afraid to fail, and fail fast and fail often. That's my first key right there. So we got our license fast. We went over our phone script fast, and we started selling fast. And over that first 30 days, put over $8,000 in our bank account. And I got super fired up, right? And then we just started building the business. Today, I was just telling Rachel, this month of January, while this is another thing, you're going to need more people than you think you need. I know with the promotion grid, you only need yourself and another leg. You really only need 2 legs to take this thing all the way up to the top comp. But you're really going to need a lot of legs. You're going to need a lot of people because you just never know who's going to do what. Okay. So you're going to need more legs than 2. Okay. Now, this month, we're at 21. We've gotten paid off of 21 different legs, over 31 unique writers. Okay. Our team have issue paid over 300,000 this month. we've had over $265,000 in commissions paid out in just my hierarchy this month so far. And my personal deposits this month has been $173,185.37. And I ain't saying none of that to impress you, but just to let you know that if I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay. Now, this is the thing. I know we just came back from what's the event? NatCon. We are excited, fired up out of our minds, right? But what do you do? What do you do? A lot of times, I don't know about y'all, but I've left events before. I've left church before, Donnell, shouting and excited, and then got in the car and be like, so what's next? Right? I don't know if have anybody ever felt like that before. But listen, so this is what we want to do. How do we get people started and get people started fast? Okay, this is how we do it. First of all, number one, the speed of the leader determines the speed of the pack. A lot of times we want to recruit the guy. Can I submit and suggest? Be the guy, be the girl. You produce fast so that you set an example for your team, because your team is probably going to move at about 50% of the pace that you do. Okay. So you produce fast, right? You get that cash flow glow, and can't nobody tell you that this business don't work, because when you pull up your online banking account, that's proof that it works, right? So also this right here, before we start people on leads, I'm not against giving people leads right off the gate, but before we start them on leads, right, we want them to do at least 5 to 7 practice appointments with people that they already know. It's very expensive to practice in front of a lead. Leads are expensive, okay? Now, but if you can sit down with 5 to 7 people that you already know, the purpose is, number one, you're going to get comfortable going through the ATM. You're going to get comfortable quoting, and you're going to get comfortable reviewing policies. That's the goal. You're going to probably sell something along the way. Okay. Now, what we like to do is, first of all, figure out what it is that a person wants. So how much money do you want to make? So we use this sheet right here. This is one of my favorite tools. It's called Choose Your Weekly Income. You can find it on the Alliance University under Getting Started Quickly, right here, the income planning sheet. So if a person say, you know what, I want to make $1,000, $1,000 a week. So now we're going to tell that person, okay, manage expectations. This is what it's going to take. You're going to need about $200 in leads, okay? Or 30 names and numbers to call. This can be even warm market people. Now, how much time is it going to take? You should be averaging, starting out, at least $35 an hour. So if you need to make $200, you take 200, divide that by 35, that's 5.7. Let's just say you're going to need 6 hours on the phone. And then to run 10 appointments, you're going to need about 1.5 hours for each appointment. So that's 15 hours. So that's 21 hours per week to make $1,000 a week. Okay. So now we know what's activity. Let's help a person build a schedule. So we need to book 10 appointments a week. So I will ask, when can you run at least, set aside a day where you can run at least 5 appointments? I believe that you should not leave the house unless you have 5 appointments. Why do I say that? Running onesies and twosies can be very frustrating. If you only have 2 appointments on the book and one is a no-show and you don't sell the other one, you're driving back to the house with your head tucked between your tail. But if you got 5 appointments, 2 no-shows, 3 sits, and 1 or 2 closes, you coming back with results. You feeling good about yourself. So let's just say this. Let's just say a person say, you know what? I work a full-time job, so I can only run business on Saturdays and Sundays. So we're going to have them dial on Thursday and Friday. They're going to dial on Thursday and Friday to book appointments for Saturday, Sunday. And now we have the schedule. Now, when I was talking about how busy our family is, I'm still present in my kids' life. But some of the things that we took out, and I'm still happily married. You see Tia, she is grinning, baby. Okay. So I ain't saying that I'm sacrificing time with my kids and my wife to build this business. But what I am saying is I cut out having friends over to the house, we frying fish and just drinking beer. You know, that stuff got gone. Okay. Now, so once I find out what a person wants to make a week, I'm going to help them do that on their own pen. So I'm going to show them how to do it, right? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask them this question. So let's say I'm talking to Rachel. Rachel, so you want to make $1,000 a week, right? Cool. So what if I can help you make an additional $1,000 a week in passive income? And Rachel gonna be like,
heck yeah.
why not? Yeah, right. So, Rachel, who do you know that's sharp like you, that's fun to be around, that may be open to making an additional stream of income? So there, ladies and gentlemen, is how I get a list of names to build depth. I don't just ask for names for just give me a list of names. I'm saying, hey, you want to make 1,000? Are you opposed to making another 1,000 on top of that you ain't got to go out and write? Because at the end of the day, Rachel, I didn't want to be the insurance sales guy forever, right? I wanted to be able to, what we used to say in World Ventures, make a living, right? So that's how we actually start gathering names. And it's not a daunting task. Give me 2 or 3 names. Then what we would do, Rachel, is this right here. When we was first getting started, I would run my appointments during the day, but at night after 9 o'clock, that was my building time. So that's when I'm on the phone with agents, role-playing phone script, talking to a list of names, getting their leads in order and things of that nature. So now, if this is the schedule, we need to make sure that you have enough leads in order to make this happen. Okay? Leads are very vital to our business. Why is that? If you are on the team and you're just looking to make sporadic income in the insurance industry, you can not even try and make $1,000 or $2,000 a month. In network marketing, to make $2,000 a month, you had to have a team of 400, 500 people. But you can almost make a mistake here and make $1,000 with not even really trying. Now, where leads come in is if you want consistent, sustainable, dependable income. And that's what I needed in my life because I had consistent, sustainable bills. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want consistency, don't worry about leads. But if you want consistency in your life, you got to get you some leads. And the thing I like about leads is this right here. I don't know about y'all, but they say a prophet is without honor in his own country. You can sit here and try to chase family and friends all day long. They will jerk your chain. But trust me, you can walk in a complete stranger's house, and they're going to respect you, your opinion, and your professionalism. And you're going to have their social security number, their routing number, and their everything. They're going to even tell you about that rash in a spot that you wish they would have kept to themselves. You're going to be surprised at how fast you can learn that skill of selling to leads, and people trust you very, very fast. So number one, how we get agents started fast is we get them doing practice appointments. Then we get them on a schedule. And then we get them investing in leads. Okay. Now, we are fanatical about the 4 basics in the house. I scream this. Filling out that green sheet. You got to fill out that green sheet. You want to know how I write so many annuities? It's because I fill out the green sheet in every single home. If you sit in 10 houses, you're going to come across annuity money in 1 out of 10 of them. And if you don't get 1 out of 10, you sit on the next 10, you're going to probably find 2. The numbers going to work themselves out. But you fill out the green sheet in every single home. Because on that green sheet, you're going to identify not only what you can sell today, but what you can go back to that client. See, I am like a linebacker, Rachel, in the house. You want whole life? Oh, yeah, I got that. You like term? Oh, yeah, I hate whole life. I got that. You on the Medicaid and the Medicare? I got that. Oh, you got cancer history? Yeah, I sell that. I don't specialize in nothing. Like, some people, I'm an IUL expert. Oh, hell no. Whatever you need, I'm an expert in getting that to you. So what happens is, Rachel, most insurance people only make 1 sale in the house. Whereas I got 3 and 4 sales in the house, which causes that client to be more sticky to me. In the banking world, we used to call it market share, wallet share. So I got more pieces of their wallet, which makes them more loyal to me. Okay. So fill out the green sheet. Number 2, we do not believe in texting from the house. We believe in calling from the darn house. What do I mean by that? We got a list of product specialists, about 4 people that we give to every agent. So we train them before they go and sit down with an appointment. They text from the home, hey, I'm about to sit down with a client who can assist me with product. And they call from the home after they go through their green sheet before they quote. Why is it important to call? By texting, I can miss out on pertinent information and tell you to write the wrong carrier by mistake. But if you call and I'm asking you questions and you forget that, you say, yeah, she got diabetes. I said, well, she on insulin, she take the shot, so she on the pill. Yeah, she on the pill. Hey, she got in the tingling in her feet. She got that gabapentin. Like, I can't get that over text. But when on the phone, also, guess what else I can do on the phone? I could tell you to put me on speakerphone and let me talk to him. And sometimes I can help flip a sale. So call from the home, not texting from the home. Fill out the green sheet. Call from the house. Ask them where they money at. It's on the green sheet, y'all. What other assets do you have in place to help offset your final expenses or offset this mortgage? How much you carry in your savings? Notice I didn't say, you got any money in savings? How much you carry in savings? Is that at the bank or the credit union? Why I'm asking that? Because I'm thinking, they ain't making no money, 0.15% interest, stuff like that. How much are you contributing to your 401k? How much you got there? So asking those questions, that's how you find the money. And then last but not least, recruit across the table. One of the things that we like to do, Rachel, is numbers. So let's say if somebody wants to wants to make 1,000 a week, so that means they need to book 10 appointments a week. I say, let's do, you on the 10-10 plan, 10 appointments a week and talk to 10 people about the business a week. Okay. So those are some of the things that we do to get people off to a fast start. We keep it very, very simple. And if people don't want to do the way that I teach it, they on their own, because I can only teach what I know. Because this is the thing, if I try to do it, try to help Rachel the way she wants to be helped, and then help Donnell the way he wants to be helped, and then try to help Panda the way that he wants to be helped, all of them is satisfied, but I'm frustrated. Guys, we got a freaking system. A system means save yourself time, energy, and money. Just follow the daggone system. We got a McDonald's franchise, basically. If you own a McDonald's franchise, you wouldn't dare change the Big Mac sauce to the Big Rachel sauce. No, they ain't having that crap. They will suspend you. So we have a system. Stick to the system. Don't let people talk you out of the system to try to convenience them. So That's how we get people started.
I love
So
it. That's incredible. That's amazing.
now Rachel asked a question. So how do we manage all these people? So number one, I got a crazy hella good wife. Mm-hmm. Tia is like, okay. I am the guy that's trying to put stuff on the shelf in the grocery store. And I will knock the pickles over and bust a jar in the middle of the aisle. So, like, sometimes my mouth get in trouble with agents and I make them mad. Tia is the girl to be like, clean up on aisle 4. She'll come in and clean it up for me. We work very well together. If you don't have a wife that's in the business with you, it's no big deal, but you got to have somebody to help. It's got to be a yin and a yang, a frick and a frat, ketchup and mustard, hamburger and helper. Y'all tracking what I'm putting down? So we work very well together. So the way that we do it, when we first got started, I was always the sales guy, right? So I was out running business and she was recruiting. She would tag them, I would bag them. Now it's crazy, Rachel. So yeah, I always write, 10 to 20,000 on my own personal pen now. But majority of that, Rachel, is referrals. So I built up about 1,500 clients. And when you treat people right, they refer people to you. Like literally before I jumped on this call, I got one of my ladies that live in the hood in the projects, Vera. Vera called me a while ago, right before we jumped on this call. She said, hey, Terry, my neighbor was talking about her Medicare and somebody keep changing her stuff. She really don't like what she got. Can you go see about her? I said, Vera, she got to call me because I can't lose my license. And so the lady called me and I booked an appointment to go see her. One of my big annuities last year, $300,000 annuity, was off a referral. So the aunt, she's like 80 years old, called me. My niece is about to retire from the hospital. That's the way we said in North Carolina, hospital. She about to retire from the hospital, and she know that you ain't never lost none of my money. You mind if I give her your phone number? I said, Miss Evelyn, it don't matter. I'll see about her. What I'm trying to tell you guys is for 6 years, I consistently personally produced 20,000 a month to build up my client base. And I treated people well. A good book is Referral of a Lifetime. I treated people well. Another good book is Friendship Factor. I treated people well. How you treat people is everything. People will forget what you know, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. So now we just got referrals. I just wrote $100,000 annuity off a referral, like literally just a week ago. So treating people, get you 1,500 clients as fast as humanly possible. And you are always right 10 to 15, 20,000 just off of referrals. And then now with Medicare, OMG.com. My Lord, my Lord. I ain't gonna even get on Medicare tonight. That's a whole nother conversation. So sell to eat, recruit to live. Don't get addicted to just the personal production, guys. Build a team. Think about it. If you like making 1,000 to 2,000 a month, how many other people that you know would love to make an additional $1,000 to $2,000 a month? Don't be selfish. Share the freaking opportunity with people. And in this business, it don't take a lot to make a lot. You just need, somebody said on Facebook the other day, I was watching a TikTok, something. You only need 3 MFers to change the world. I don't like cussing, so I just said the MFers. You only need 2 or 3, and that's even biblical. 1 could chase 1,000, but 2 can put 10,000 a flight. And also, if 2 or 3 can touch and agree on anything, God is going to be in the midst of it. Period, Pooh. All right. I got to answer questions. I hope this is helpful.
Oh, Terry, this has been so good. I already have four stickies of notes. I wish I had had my notepad right here because man, this is golden. I hope you guys are taking notes and really taking what he's saying seriously as far as how you're gonna schedule, how many dials is realistic to dial. I know we've had lots of conversations with people on this list of, who think 200 dials is absolutely crazy, but that's what it takes to win. And if you wanna make the money, you got to do the dials.
But
Just
bro, but think about it. So 200 dials is only 6 hours on the phone. To make $1,000, the 21 hours to make 1,000 a week. I don't know how the pay grades are out there in Colorado, but in North Carolina, the average income is like 30,000. And people work 40, 50, 60 hours. Like this ain't hard work. The thing is this right here. Y'all want to know, the X factor? Okay. It's 9 o'clock at night and my makeup is all messed up. So I'm getting ready to give it to you raw. The reason a lot of people fail is because they're trying to make money as
mm,
opposed to trying to serve people. This is not sales. What we do is honorable. There is a mission. So work for a mission and not for a commission, because most people that work for a commission gets omission. They
mm.
gets nothing. But when you work for a mission, the money will take care of itself. I have been proclaiming for the last 6 years that I was going to write $1 million annuity in one shot, like one client, $1 million. And I just kept believing it. I just kept professing it. And God just didn't allow me to write a case for 1 million. It was actually 1.9 million. But you got to stay consistent. And even when you're not motivated, you got to be consistent because God honors consistency. It is impossible to plant and not get a harvest. But we live in a society that wants a harvest without planting.
Wow. Yeah, I'm a little bit speechless right now, Terry. That I completely agree with you. And I know people have asked me too, like how are you making the sales? And I'm right there with you. It's like before every appointment I'm praying, Lord, I just want to serve these people. I just want to go in there and them to feel that I'm there to serve them. And it takes away any of the pressure that I feel or anything like that, and they can feel that too. So, guys, I mean,
That's
he's
crazy, Rachel. That's what I say before every appointment. Lord, give me the ability to go in and connect with your people, that they know that I'm there to serve them and not just pick up a paycheck. I say
mm,
that before every single appointment.
yeah. I think it makes a world of difference. And so for the people who are more part-time, Terry, where
Yeah.
they don't have like a consistent schedule or things change on a weekly basis, how are you really helping the team members of yours where it's not they don't have a normal job schedule? How are you getting them to be more consistent? Because I know we've got a couple of those on this call.
Yeah. So with those people, they just got, number one, if they want to make it a priority, they will.
Mm,
What are they doing instead of serving families? A lot of times it's family picnics, and I'm all for family. I get it, but for a season, you have to make some adjustments and change your priorities. So it's like, okay, I do try to figure out I try to get people to do a time audit. Write down what you're doing. What are you spending? Because we got 168 hours in a week, right?
mm,
If you got a job, that's 40 hours. Then let's just say you sleep 8 hours a day. That's another 50, 56 hours, right? So that's out of 168 minus 40 minus 56. We still got 72 hours. What are we doing with those 72 hours? Okay. So having those conversations with people, trying to figure out, okay, you say you want this. Let's talk about it. What are you doing? And asking questions as opposed to, you got to do this, you got to do that. Listen, people ain't got to do a darn thing, but what they want to do. They ain't got to do, well, in my community, we say, I ain't got to do nothing but stay back, pay taxes, and die. That's all I got to do. Right. But what I'm trying to say is, really trying to figure out a person's why. Okay, you want to make $1,000 a week. What is that $1,000 going to do for you? How is it going to make you feel to be able to do that? How is it going to make you feel not to be able to do that?
Mm,
Okay, what obstacles, you know you better than me. What are your weaknesses and what obstacles do we need to go ahead and figure out together before we take this next step? So it's really trying to help understand people's lives, what they have going on, and how you can help lower their barriers. That's what makes us the big money on the building side, is being able to connect with people pain, connect with their situations, and get on their level. A lot of times we are recruiting people like I'm looking at you face to face, right? Whereas if I could turn my computer and we still be on, I'm really sitting side by side with you with a white sheet of paper trying, we're gonna map, we're on the same team. We're gonna map this out together. And then you also be vulnerable about the things that you used to like to do that you had to stop doing. That's why I talk about frying fish and drinking beer. I used to love doing that, having people over to the house, but that stuff won't get me where I needed to go.
hmm So Terry, can you tell us and guys, if you have questions, please type them in the Q&A at the bottom of your screen that Terry can answer. We have disabled talking on this call. But please feel free to put a Q&A. So Terry, I know that when you first got started, your biggest your biggest priority was really just to go out there and make money. I mean, you had 3 kids, Tia was pregnant, you guys had just moved, the job was rescinded. So you went out there, you started making money. How long how long until you felt comfortable? And is there anything you would tell people that, from the beginning, what you wish you would have done faster as far as sales, recruiting, anything like that? To really, because we've got a bunch of people that NatCon was their very first event. They're brand new to the insurance, so they're just soaking up everything you have to say, and you're the perfect person for them to follow and story.
So to be honest, it was 6 years before I got comfortable.
Mm,
So I've been here 7, and
okay.
I'm just now getting to a point where I'm not in the field like I used to be.
Mm,
Okay. So this is what I would say. I was still making $8,000 a month, $10,000 a month, but when you're first getting something started, you're really trying to figure out, is this a fluke or is this going to be consistent? And I went on a job interview and they told me I could see you as a number 2 and not as a number 1. I was like, the hell with y'all. You ain't gonna no ain't gonna nobody gonna be talking to me like that no more. So then I got real mad and really started building this thing. Um, but what I did though, Rachel, is everybody, even now, have a certain level of fear, anxiety, or doubt, right? But when you have those doubts, reach up. Don't reach down. Don't talk to people that's less ambitious than you.
mm,
Don't even talk to people who are on the same level as you.
right.
Talk to somebody who's making more money, that's been through more stuff. Talk to them. So I remember very vividly my first event. I had already sold Tia on this idea. I was like, I believe this business works, but I don't like the pressure, all these bills on me every month. And I feel like I got to keep selling every month like this. I was like, we're going to file for bankruptcy. And then we're going to do a deed in lieu of foreclosure. We're going to give our house back to the bank. And then we're going to go get an apartment and give me a year or two, and then I can buy you another house.
Mm,
That was our plan in my own thinking. So we went to the event and we had a chance, and I was asked to speak with Andy. I was like, look, Andy, this is what I'm thinking, bro. So he got us in the office with Jeff Bright. And he looked at Tia. He was like, Tia, you okay with that plan? Now, how big is y'all house right now? It's like 2,800 square feet. It ain't nothing crazy, right? 2,800 square feet. And he was like, so y'all got 4 kids and you're willing to go to a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment less than 1,000 square feet? Tia was like, yeah. She was almost like that TikTok. Yeah, that's my man. I'm a stick with him. That's what she was saying, right? And it was like, bro, no, you don't do that. You're not filing bankruptcy. If you just keep your head down and keep working, you're going to be fine. But it's like, I didn't talk to like my mom. I wasn't talking to my friends. I was talking to people who were more successful than me. So when you're going through those periods of doubt, you got to know who to talk to.
Yeah.
So it's like, I still love selling. I don't look at selling as like, I hate it because I love it, right? But I also knew I wanted to build a business so that if I wanted to take my family on a 2-week vacation, that my money was still coming in.
Mhm.
So it was like, so we constantly built the business, right? And my numbers are not crazy, like as far as recruits, but what we have been good at is retaining agents by getting them, providing a good support system, a good culture, right? And being who we are to them all the time. And they love us.
Yeah.
So we don't have a lot of turnover or retention. I mean, like we retain our agents pretty well.
Wow. Wow. I hope you guys are taking notes and listening really intently with everything he's telling you because he's just dropping gold nugget after gold nugget and we've got a bunch of questions coming in, so I'm gonna get on those questions.
Okay.
They want to know, do you have an office that agents go to?
Yeah, I have an office that they can go to. You'll be surprised how many people just stay to themselves and struggle. For the life of me, I don't know why. But yeah, we've always had an office. But the office really honestly was for me and not for them.
Yeah.
Because working from home for me was a distraction. You
Mm,
got kids, I got a hot wife. Like I could find other things to do with my time than dial, right? Like it's almost like right now I'm at my office. It looked like my house, but it's this is my office. So I need an office to go to, not for my agents, but for me. So
mm,
that because I was so used to getting up, going to work, working from home was like, oh, I'm playing. So I got an office so that we could do that. Now we do have an office where agents can come into, but
yeah,
do they do it? Not often.
that makes sense. They want to know advice for part-time people that only have 1 day a week, like a Saturday, to run appointment, but also have families and don't want to hurt or sacrifice family time, but can't quit the corporate job.
Okay, cool. So Saturdays is a great day to run business, right? You can run from 8 to 6, get you 7, 8 appointments in that day, right? Now, as far as family, you have to engage your family into your business. So
Mm,
with kids, right? Um, hey, look, what is something y'all want to do? It could be going to, I don't know, a water park or whatever the case may be. Well, listen, in order for me to make this happen, daddy got to go on a run. So on Saturdays, I'm gonna be out in the field and I'm gonna do a 90-day run. And at the end of 90 days, we're gonna go to the water park for a weekend. So getting them into, and then also where families get pissed off at is when you're away from them and you ain't making money. Now
mm,
that's a terrible combination. But as long as results are coming in, your family is going to buy in. Okay. But sometimes you do have to sacrifice some time to get that time back. So for 6 years, it was 20 appointments a week, no matter what.
yeah.
Sometimes it was 30, 40 appointments a week. But now, like, like my kids and my wife, like, I think they love me, not just because I'm good looking, but guess what? We have fun. When my son turned 16, when he got his driver's license, he got him a little car, you know what I'm saying? Got him a little Hummer, you know what I mean? You know, My wife, diamonds are a girl best friend, right? I can say yes to a lot of stuff. We ain't just got to go window shopping, huh? My son want to play lacrosse. We drop $800 on lacrosse equipment just like it won't nothing. So I ain't saying money is everything, but this is one thing that Stephen Davis taught me. I will never forget it. We was at the leadership cabin. He said, Terry, when you're working, you need to be working. And then when you disconnect, you can disconnect. But the problem is, if you have working, you feel guilty about being away from your family. And then when you're with your family, you feel guilty because you know you should be working. So be all in when it's time to be all in. So when it's time to be off, you can be all off and don't feel bad about it.
Preach.
But
Say
don't be out there. Don't be telling your wife that you're giving it all you got and you following the system and you know you ain't doing what you're supposed to do and you ain't making money and you spending more money than now. She gonna be mad. I'm gonna tell you right now. But I tell you another thing. I tell you something else. A Gucci purse or a Louis Vuitton or just because, that'll make up for a lot of mistakes. I'm telling you that right now. I ain't saying my wife is materialistic because she could care less about that stuff. But I like to be able to give it to her.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, a couple more questions, then we'll let you go, Terry, so you can
Hey,
go home,
but to
be
be
with your
clear,
beautiful wife.
6 years ago, when I didn't have passive income like I got right now, it won't no Gucci and Louis and none of that stuff. I made sure my lead bill was paid and not one chargeback has ever got past me to my upline.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Don't ever let your lead bills roll up to your upline. That's not cool. Just like Terry says.
What do you do to maintain a create culture for your team outside of events? Okay, that's a great question. So I know we're about out of time too. I feel like a preacher. We're out of time, but I'm not out of word. Tune in next week. All right, so check this out, right? So I started, so let's see here. You got to know your strengths. If you're not a charismatic person who can inspire people, you don't need to be doing your own call, right? But to create culture outside of the events, I do have a team call that I do once a week where we do recognition. So we recognize everybody who submits a policy that week. I don't care if it was a children whole life policy, they name getting called. Okay. And then we run contests throughout the year. So we run a contest. It might be to have dinner with me and Tia over at our house, or like we did a pool party at the house. Like, y'all, I'm from Conway, North Carolina. The population today is like 778 people. The average income is about 20,000. And we built a pool in our backyard last year. And it was paid for before they started digging. And I ain't talking about finance. Cash money, baby, rules everything around me. Cream get the money, dollar bill, y'all. But anyway, I don't know why I even went there. But oh yeah, we run contests, right? A good book on creating culture within your team is a book called The Culture Solution by Matthew Kelly.
All right, and we've got one more before we let you go. So she said, "How do I get started again? I've been out of pocket with motivation. Terry, can I get your number or email?"
Yeah, don't email me. 336-416-8327. Now, I'm gonna leave you with this right here for the unmotivated, feel like you're stuck in a rut, people, things of that nature. When I was having that talk with Jeff Bright and Andy about my grand financial plan, Jeff Bright said, Terry, you ever heard the story about a cow and a buffalo? I'm saying to myself, no, Jeff. Like, I ain't know Jeff like I knew him then because we only been in the business like 3 months at this time. So I was like, what in the world does a cow and a buffalo have to do with me filing bankruptcy? Okay, make this make sense for me. So he was like, so Terry, let me tell you this. A cow and a buffalo, they handle storms very differently. He says, so a cow is a very slow moving animal. They can't run fast. So when they see a storm coming, most cows, they try to turn around and outrun the storm and actually end up staying in the storm longer. He said, but a buffalo, when a buffalo see a storm, right, the buffalo charges to the storm. So the buffalo gets in the storm and gets out the storm faster. So what I'm going to challenge people that feel like they're stuck, they trying to get back on track. Be a buffalo and attack your problems with massive activity fast, because you're going to get in that storm and get through that storm faster.
Yep.
And
Wow.
that's facts.
Wow. Terry, this call has been absolutely amazing. You're always dropping golden nuggets for our team. We're so excited and happy. Our Telegram chat was going crazy this morning when people found out that you were doing the call. So thank you so much for taking time away from your family tonight to pour into us, guys. We're not on Terry's team. He's not on our team. He's doing this out of the goodness of his hearts to help us learn and grow so we can get to the place that he is. And hopefully everyone on this team has or everyone on this call has taken a lot out of this, because I know I certainly have. Thank you so much, Terry. We really appreciate you. We're so excited for all your success. Congratulations on everything.
Hey,
and thank you.
Hey, let me tell you what this right here, Rachel. I'm going to go home. You can say a lot of things about me. You can say I'm ugly. You can say I'm fat. But one of the things that you can't say is that I'm lazy.
Mm,
Don't get outworked.
yeah.
Love you guys. Let's crush it, Legacy Life.
Thank you so much, Terry. Bye-bye. Bye, y'all.